What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? Oh, hold on. I feel like I'm up a little bit too close. Yeah, girl, fuck that. Anyway, so we back again for another episode review of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Girl. I almost forgot. Listen, it's been a whole week, okay? The 4th of July threw us off, girl. You know, I hope this is a good episode because, listen, baby, Real Housewives is coming on tonight. We got Real Housewives tonight, and then we got also Married to Medicine right afterwards. So I hope this is a good 2.5 hours of, TV that's on because, baby, after looking at P-Valley, child, I need some excitement because that shit hit my spirit and hit my emotions so damn hard, okay? I ain't gonna give shit away if y'all ain't watched it, but go watch it. But anyway, P Valley, one of the best shows that's out right about now. I don't care what nobody say. We get up into the Real Housewives of Atlanta. We are back. This is season 14, episode 9, Midnight in the Chateau of Good and Evil. Did y'all see the preview for what's coming on for the rest of the season? Baby, shit look good. Shit look good. Sheree is really trying to do this She by Sheree shit, okay? And, everybody's going to be showing up at the little fashion show. I cannot wait till that confrontation between her and Tyrone. Because if y'all want to keep on playing these games, I'm going to play them right there with you. You know what I'm saying? You want to act like this is something, I'm going to act like it's something with you too. And I'm going to be all up in it like, why you do that to her? Could you stop it so that she could stop doing what she doing because she getting on my nerves, okay? Now, Sheree, come on, sis. And then did y'all see Dwight? They said Dwight got his nose fixed. I did not know he was on the episode of Botch, but he looked good. He had the salt and pepper, beard, and then the low cut fade. Baby, he looked good. I said, come on, Dwight. Deshaun Snow was there, everything. But anyway, we get up into the episode, and, we see everybody doing what they doing with their kids. Candy, combing little Blaze hair, and you got Drew in the car with Ralph and the little daughter, whatever. Let me tell you something. Drew looked really, really pretty, when she has natural face. You know what I'm saying? She looked really young, younger than what she is. You know what I'm saying? She looked like a little teenager. I love the women with their natural faces. I really do because it takes some years off of them from what all the makeup happens on them or whatever. But nonetheless, all the women are beautiful to me. So cool. Moving on from that, we get into Sheree and her friend Fatum. Okay, they down there at Tiara, her daughter's podcast. Okay, these days everybody got a podcast. When the pandemic came through or whatever, everybody and their mama just started popping up with a podcast. You get a podcast. You get a podcast, bitch. You get a podcast. Some of them are good. Some of them need to be abolished. Okay, but they on there talking about sex positions and stuff. Girl, something about the girl supposed to be on all fours and she on her forearms and all this stuff. I said, you're talking about sex with your mama? I mean, you should be able to do stuff like that, but for me, it's like, I do a little jokey here and there, but to actually sit down and be like, Mama, do you ever do this? Do you ever do that? Nah, I feel so fucking weird doing some shit like that. But that was cool. Now, in the midst of that, just so happened that the headline comes out talking about some, Tyrone talking about Sheree and him getting into an argument because she up there trying to mess up his parole or whatever. Sheree, I said, first of all, now Tiara, I hope you ain't read that on air. That's one. Two, why we had to read that out loud in front of mixed company? Granted, they already would have heard it, you know what I'm saying, because it's on the blogs and shit. But damn, so Sheree said, 9 out of 10, he the one that put that shit out there. He put that out there, okay? Just like he put them pictures out there. He leaked them pictures and all that stuff because he knew what was going on. He knew it was filming, and he the one that really want to be on cameras, okay? That's what it is. I said, you know what, Sheree? You got to flip it to your benefit, all right? You trying to make it seem like it wasn't you, and honestly, I feel like it was both of them. But in the same breath, I do feel like he did that shit on purpose to make her look bad. I'm not even going to lie. And even her friend was sitting there like, you know what? I just don't understand what's going on with this relationship because I keep on trying to hook her up with this person, and like, let this loser go. Sheree just ain't gonna learn until, that man scammed her out of some money. She talked about listen, I feel like I've been scammed or whatever, like he scammed all them other people. I said, everybody been telling you this for years, that he ain't shit. Okay, but at the end of the day, like I said, the heart wants what the heart wants, and sometimes we can't listen to our heart, we gotta listen to our mind. Use your heart and not. Don't listen to SWV. Don't listen to them when they say that, okay? You got to use your mind instead of your heart in this situation, because that heart can leave you into some, messed up situations. Look at Sheree. Mama crying on national TV. Mama getting left on the fucking street corner waiting for a jailbird. Wow. Okay. I'm telling you, Sheree, you on the wrong show. You should have been on Love After Lockup, bitch. You could have parlayed this whole situation into at least 3 seasons, okay? You could have been on Love After Lockup, Love During Lockup, and Life After Lockup, bitch. You could have been on all of those, okay? Mind you, Love After Lockup coming back on later this month, okay? Anyway, moving on from that, we get this whole situation with Marlo and her boys, and she's up there in their room, and they're having a little conversation because she said she noticed a change in them. She noticed a change in them after that whole conversation that happened with their mother, getting in trouble in school, the oldest one talking back to the teacher. She was like, you don't think anything changed? He said, no. She said, listen, y'all done got like 3-4 referrals already. And I'm thinking like, is that meaning like, probably a little detention or something like that? Or, probably like the parent got to come up there and talk or something. She said, you up there arguing with the teacher, you telling her that she don't get paid to do what? He said, no, I told her that she don't get paid to argue with me. I said, you know what? Technically speaking, he correct a little bit, but you a little boy, you better mind what that teacher said. Kids just be acting out, and they try to act like this whole thing is not affecting them, but it clearly is, because like Marlo said, as soon as this whole this talk or whatever happened with the mom, that's when shit just started going awry. The behavior changed and everything. And I will give it to Marlo for trying to actually sit down and talk, or at least try to get something out of them. But I feel as though she needs to go a little bit further. And I know we always saying therapy, but in this case, them boys should have been in therapy if they're not. You know what I'm saying? To help deal with what's been going on, because ain't no telling what was going on. Given that the mama's mental health is not all the way there, and they had to be removed from her household and, taken to another household, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they need a little bit of help if they're not already getting there. But, Marlo trying to do the best that she can for this moment. Meanwhile, we got Kenya. She getting ready. Okay, getting some little charcuterie. She got the coochie board ready, right? Somebody come knocking at the door, and she goes over there. Hey! I said, girl, who you so happy to see? It is so baffling to me. No, I ain't gonna say baffling. It is so crazy and a little bit strange to me to see Kenya so welcoming to the new girls. Okay? Because y'all know back in the day, Kenya didn't give a fuck about the new girls. Y'all saw what happened between her and Drew last season. You know? But it was Sanya. Okay, Sanya come up in there. They all happy. Hey, girl, how you doing? I said, all right, this is cute, but I'm liking it. I'm liking the fact that we ain't getting extra drama where there needs none. Okay, and so they talking or whatever. How's everything going? What's going on with Ross? And this whole situation with how many people living up in the house. Girl, everybody and their mama still up in that house. Sanya said, listen, it be feeling weird like I'm 17 years old sneaking to have sex up in my own house because my mama right downstairs underneath. I said, don't sneak. Your mama and your daddy up in there getting it in while y'all up there asleep too. So, you do what you gotta do. You paying the bills, right? You do what you gotta do. And at this point, why they still there? Ain't nobody looking for another house? Ain't another house up in the neighborhood? What's going on? I'm really confused, but hey, it is what it is. If it's working, it's working. You know what I'm saying? So she talking about how it feels to, kind of be like a single mother almost, because Ross keep going here and there, whatever. And that situation going on, girl, I don't care. But at this point, they get a phone call from Candy. They talking to her on FaceTime, and they trying to figure out what happened with the Candy situation at her house. Girl, the boy came up there, was going to house, stopped at her house, refused to leave, and we saw what happened. That boy said Candy told him to get there, and that he was Beyonce's cousin and he was T.I.'s son. I said, what in the 6 degrees of separation is going on here? Now that boy needs some help, okay? But yeah, they was talking about that, and so far everybody was just having a good time, and everybody's keeping it cool for now. But they also talked about the situation at the Drop It with Drew shit. And at the end of the day, Marlo was dead ass wrong, okay? Sanya was like, Marlo was saying, she wasn't going to do nothing to Kenya. It don't matter if you wasn't going to do nothing, but you was provoking the whole situation. You was provoking that whole situation, and if you coming at me, you wanted something to happen. Don't say that you weren't going to do nothing, baby. The things that you were saying, and you wanted to elicit a response, and probably a violent response out of her, and she almost gave it to you. She almost gave it to you so you can play victim and be like, oh my God, she put her hands on me. Yeah, because you did what you did, okay? But hey, you can't at the end of the day, like King said, how you trying to be friends with me, but you keep coming for me and doing all this stuff? Y'all not really friends, okay? And at the end of the day, Marlo is no one's friends. No one friends. So we get Sheree. I should laugh, okay? Because maybe because if we hadn't seen it play out for so many years, if we hadn't seen anybody bring this up for so many years, okay? I mean, this situation of Tyrone been going on ever since Nene and Sheree was on the show originally together. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little hard to feel a little sympathetic, but I'm not going to trash the girl while she down, okay? She had her friend. First of all, let me tell you something. The girls be doing it. The girls be doing it. Y'all know how to host a little get-together, whatever. Y'all make sure everybody got a little something to eat, because I can't stand to come over to somebody's house if I'm supposed to be over there for a little bit and you ain't even got nothing for me to nibble on. Can I get a bottle of water? Shit. Okay? Yeah. So y'all doing that. I give y'all that. But, her friend, Fatum, that's how you say her name. She says she's from Djibouti, okay, which is in Africa. And they've been friends forever. And, so she's been over there and she's coming over there to, just check on her to see how she is. And, the whole situation with Tyrone is, pressing on her. And, of course, she feels stupid that she wasted her time on him, and she does have a little breakdown. It's understandable, even if we feel like, what, this situation is played, you knew or whatever. But at the end of the day, you could tell somebody over and over and over again you are blue in the face that this is no good for you. This is no good for you. Sometimes people don't learn and don't get the message until they go through it. And Sheree had to see it for herself. For her storyline, she had to see it for herself, and she see now, I guess, for the moment, because y'all remember when she told the life coach or whoever that she got old boy blocked, but she don't know how long she gonna have him blocked, okay? For right now, he's still blocked, okay? So, she did have a little breakdown. It was good that, she was able to get that out. Moving on from that, Fatum was there to help her. That's all I'm gonna say. Fatum was there to help her. And they're right. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you want what's right. Your friends want what's right for you or whatever, but yet you go your own way. You look into stuff your own. You go your own path, and you can't be distracted by what everybody else is saying, even if they are trying to tell you, baby, you need to look a little bit deeper into this, and you need to readjust and assess what's going on with this situation to see if it's truly good for you, because 9 out of 10 it just might not be. And she was like, listen, I'm gonna need my friends to start telling me shit even more. I said, girl, the motherfuckers been telling you. They've been telling you for years. You just didn't want to hear it. Now you finally seeing it. Some people gotta live in it before they get the point. But so Sheree will be all right. Sheree will be all right. Moving on from that, we get Drew and her mom. They had a little spa day getting manis and petties, And so with that going on, I did like the conversation that they were having about, the book with Ralph. Ralph is trying to do the stepfather book, and I believe that came up in the first season that they were on last season, that he wanted to do a book on the being a stepfather and navigating through that with the stepkids and everything, because of the situation that was going on with Drew's oldest son, Josiah. And we saw how that whole process went when they was trying to see the father, and it really broke my heart the way that he responded to the father when they actually met. And not so because, oh, you ain't supposed to respond to your father like that. It was because that man is really a stranger to him. You know what I'm saying? So, Drew whole thing is, it's just really weird how that you want to make a book about being a stepfather, but yet you have not ironed out the issues that we got going on in our own household when it comes to the adoption of Josiah. Because the mom was like, did you ever think of seeing if he wanted to adopt a Josiah? And she's like, I thought he would have, that I thought that was the whole reason why you wanted to change his name to Pittman and everything like that. But, that situation hasn't really came up. That hasn't really been talked about. And she's really concerned about that. That is a big issue. And I feel as though they do need to get that done before this book comes out. Or it can be a continuation. I do think that the book is a good idea. All right. And, she had to tell her, listen. So the girl that was Ralph's assistant that was helping her or helping him, get the book together. She was the one that helped get her this book deal, get Ralph this book deal or whatever. But this is the one I had an issue with. She started having problems with me or whatever because she felt some type of way about me. So Ralph had to fire her. I said you should have told the mama the truth. That bitch said that she wanted to give your man a massage and he was flirting with her. That's what you needed to say, okay? Don't try to sugarcoat it. Don't try to make him look less of the person that's doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? He ain't no innocent little angel, So when that was going on, mama said, well, I was talking to your sister and it was this lady, she was praying and she was saying something. She had a word that she wanted to give you and I want you to listen to it. Now, let me tell you something. I feel some type of way when people be like, I got a word for you, and they just stop you and just start talking to you with the Bible scriptures and stuff. It's a time and a place. I got to be in the mood for that. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. But sometimes I feel like you just like encroaching into my space or whatever and you doing the most. But this one, basically mama said you got an adversary that's coming and she a woman or a man with a feminine spirit. Okay. And not saying that they like, gay or anything. When I hear feminine spirit, like, messy as fuck, okay? That's what it is, And so Drew going down the line like, so who is it? Could it be Sanya? All the shit that's been going on with her? Or could it be, Kenya? Or could it be this person? And I'm like, why talk about people in your, friend group? It could be that goddamn assistant that y'all fired, But then speaking of Sanya, she brings that up and she was like, speaking of Sanya, let me tell you. So, me and Sanya got into it or whatever. So we talked it out and everything. And, she was talking about the issues that's going on with her and her husband about having kids and everything. And I'm like, go ahead and have a baby for that man. So she go talk to Ralph and try to get his opinion from a guy's point of view. And, Ralph tell her, well, y'all only got one. We dealing with 3, so we busy as hell. And then they did play the clip where Sonya was like, are you really busy? Like, what you busy doing? And so, of course, Drew took that and said it as if she said, basically, what the fuck y'all doing? What y'all got to be so busy about? And mama was like, what? She said, girl, yes, I don't understand what's going on with her. Like, why she coming at me like that? It just seemed like she's just so fake these days. Like, this ain't the Sonya that I knew and everything. I said, oh, so here we go with this shit again. Mama said we need to tighten up this circle because mama was really confused. She said, what type of circle are you running with? I said, yeah, girl, y'all just slinging at each other. Girl, at the end of the day, ain't none of these bitches friends, especially the new girls. So I'm just sitting here like, we'll see how this shit unfold. Drew and Sonya, round 2. Or, baby, let me tell you, I'm going to say round 2 because round 1 was that whole thing that started initially. So we're going to go to round 2. Now I'm going to leave it like that. So we see Marlo. She's at like this little furniture store or whatever because she's trying to get some things for her house. She said her house will be done like in 14 months or so. And so, it'd be taking a while to get shit there. So she like, let me just go ahead and get a jump start on getting some stuff done so I can have at least some little furniture up in there once the house get ready. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to put an order in on some of this furniture shit and then it be taking like months or half a fucking year at a time just to get the shit there depending on what it is. But anyway, so, you got Sheree and Sanya meeting up with her, right? And they're having a good time. They talking about the chandeliers and talking about how much, Sheree spent on her living room. She said, girl, I spent like at least $40,000. At least $40,000. I said, wow. $40,000 on the living room, baby. I could do so much more with that. I wish I had that right now. I got half of that, but I wish I had like that right now, like on hand. You know what I'm saying? You know, it. I just want to be successful. I just want to be able to put out some cash and be like, here, mama, go buy you anything. 40 goddamn $1,000 on some fucking chandelier. But all right, you know, one day I'll get there. One day I'll get there, bitch. We all get there. I'm gonna say that. We all get them. Put that out there. We manifesting, bitch. But anyway, so they was talking about that. Then Sheree wanted to have a little sleepover, slumber party, whatever, with all the girls, and she's inviting everybody. And, you know, Marlo had an issue. I think Marlo was the one that brought up Kenya, you know, telling Kenya that she better watch herself. But at the end of the day, she was like, listen, she can invite Kenya all she want. Sheree house big as fuck, so, you know, she could be on one side and I can be on the other, and I ain't even got to meet the girl, okay? That's fine. If you want to do it that way, do it that way. Cut down on the drama. But we know that's not going to happen. And, you know, of course, Sanya had to say, but listen, let me just tell you, I went over there and I talked to Kenya, you know, oh, you a traitor, you a traitor. No, I'm not a traitor. I'm not a traitor. No, I'm with you guys. I said, Sanya, girl, all right. All right, ma'am. Sanya is really putting me through it. Last year it was Drew. This year is Sanya, baby. I am 2 for 0. I am 0, 0 and 0, bitch. 0 for 2. That's exactly what the hell I am for. Girl, and I'm just sitting here like, what you about to do? You about to tell the conversation what you had. And she was like, yeah, Marlo, the thing of it is I get what you talking about, but, you know, Kenya, the only thing is, she feels as though if y'all trying to be friends, you up here trying to say that she lying about being sick and everything, and then you coming for her, and she's saying you need to stop taking low blows. So I'm glad Sanya said that part. You need to stop taking low blows. And she said, I can't do that because I don't have class for that. I said, well, bitch, at least you told the truth on that, because that is 100% the truth. You ain't got class to just go and have you know, there is a thing as a healthy back and forth. She don't know how to do that. She gets real gutter with it. You know what I'm saying? She gets real gutter with it, and, you know, want to play victim and throw the rock, hide her hand type of situation, talking about some, you know, she even said, me and Kenya ain't been friends for years, okay? You know, Kenya has a case of the can't takes. And they was like, can't take what? Can't take Marlo. And I'm sitting here like, because she was like, you know, at the drop of a Drew, that was 2 Kenyas. I ain't never seen that Kenya. At all these years that we ain't been friends, I ain't never seen, we've been going back and forth with each other. I ain't never seen that Kenya, okay? And I'm just sitting here like, you know what? You always trying to say that, you know, people can't take you. You got this issue with her, and I just don't get it. It's almost as if she want a problem with Kenya, but Kenya has not done anything to Marlo this season so far. And if she has, and I overlooked it, my bad, correct me in the comments. Free to do that. You know, y'all feel free to do that. But so far, from my memory, Kenya been trying to be cool with Marlo. Marlo is the one that's starting shit for whatever fucking reason, okay? And it started, well, okay. When we had the little archive thing, you know, Kenya was being a little snarky when she was talking about the little archive and all that shit. But she didn't necessarily say it to her face, but she was saying some stuff. But see, Marlo saying that shit to the face. So both of y'all doing the same damn things, okay? But, you know, Kenya ain't being so overtly nasty to her like this, you know, like Marlo is. And I just don't understand, like, what pleasure do you get out of just being nasty to people? For what reason? Oh, for the sake of TV? Bitch, TV is gonna happen with you or without you. You don't need to go over and above. You know, you're okay with being a villain. That's what it feel like. She's okay with being a villain and not having people like her or whatever. So I guess Marlo is gonna do what Marlo does. She was saying how, you know, basically she threw her kids out, her nephews out. I said, what? She said, girl, so I was already frustrated with the shit that was going on with Kenya and all this other stuff. So I come up in the house, girl, William then either William or Michael, one of the boys, they done punched a hole in the wall. Okay, now see, I would have popped. Can't even do that because them ain't her kids, you know. They'll probably call CPS or call the cops in a second. You know, these new kids these days, okay? Y'all will pick up the phone and call the cops in a minute, you know. So, you know, you can't do that. But they would have got a little cussed out. And I would have said, now, so and so take his ass down to the hardware store and you come plaster up this goddamn wall. Patch it up, bitch. Okay? That's what you gonna do. You gonna learn. So at this moment, she was like, so I told him, go down there and put your clothes in the washing machine. She said the next day it was time to go to school or whatever. The clothes are sitting on the floor, mildew, wet, stinking, all that shit. I go up into the room, baby, it's clothes all over the floor, stuff that I couldn't find, shoes that ain't been worn, stuff that I'm looking for that's mine, laptops and all this shit. So now I'm thinking, damn, if they finna steal something out of my house or whatever. I said, well, shit, how we get from point A to point Z like this? I was confused, but then again, they're acting out. Okay, ever since that whole situation that happened with, listening to the mom and seeing what went down with that call, which I feel as though I get why they was there, but maybe after looking at it now, in hindsight, they probably shouldn't have been, but I get why they were there. They definitely are acting out, because at this point, Marlo was talking about what prompted this to be said. She said that, talking about Sheree, she met up with her life coach and he was good and maybe he could talk to the kids. She should have been had them kids up in like a life coaching or a therapy type of situation already. From the moment that they came into her life permanently for that second, she should have had something in place, because like I said, they're damaged. And they have similar childhood traumas, okay? And so she understands to that effect. But at this point, she had to tell them, listen, get the fuck out. She took them, or had them taken over to her little sister Crystal's house. And I feel as though that's a little bit unfair. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because you get up in your feelings and you get overwhelmed, and granted, these are not her kids, these are her nephews, so technically speaking, she is the legal guardian for right now. But I feel as though you can't just drop kids off just because you don't want to deal with them and you need a break. All these parents wish they can do that. And this goes to show that everybody is not meant to be a parent, because their mental and their attitude is not ready yet to, deal with what comes with that. You can't just drop shit. You can't just say, oh, fuck this shit and go away from me for 30 days or whatever. You just can't pick up and go. CPS will get involved and take them kids and you won't get them motherfuckers back. Okay? But see, it's a little different situation. I don't know if it's the same, but it's a little different maybe because those kids are her nephews, and she went and gave them to her sister. The sister, I said it's a little selfish because the sister already got 4 toddlers. So you're going to put some teenage kids up in there. She dealing with these kids running around. Now you got these little preteens and teenage boys up in here too. That's too much. That's too much for one to bear. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting here like, yeah, you get frustrated, but what you should have did, you should try to talk to the kids, okay? Kids are going to frustrate the hell out of you. That's what kids supposed to do. They're acting out. Get them some help, okay? Get them someone to talk to. Don't just go and put them on somebody else, because that's exactly what's been going on in their life. Things ain't no telling how many houses or who else they've been put off on, before they got to Marlo. You know what I'm saying? Before now, Marlo, after they feel like they were settled in for the past 3 years and everything's going to be cool, now she done put me off on somebody else. Ain't no telling how they gonna feel. You're thinking that they're gonna be on the good front or whatever, and everything's gonna be cool, and they're gonna get it after these 30 days. You don't know if they're gonna come back and feel some type of resentment that Marlo gave them away. They're probably gonna feel like they got given away again. But it's like, it's one of those situations, like, it's a catch-22. It's I don't even think it's a right or a wrong way to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, it is what it is. So, Sheree throwing this little slumber party. She wants the ladies to dress up in nude so everybody can release themselves of all the negativity, be melanated and all of that stuff. Fine. Cute concept. They're going to be painting pictures. They got dick pictures, booty pictures, all of that. Okay? So, as the ladies start getting there, I think Candy and Fatum, they get there, and then Sanya gets there. Marlo debating whether or not she gonna come, but she do eventually get there. Drew comes and she winds up being in the same thing that Sheree was in. Kenya, of course, is there. She don't give a damn that Marlo gonna be there. I wouldn't give a damn either. But I'm just fast forwarding through some shit because I'm trying to get to Miss Fatum. What's her name? Fatum, bitch. I don't like her. I don't like her. And you want to know why? I have an issue with people that don't, sir, bitch, why you here? I know that you Sheree friend, but you want to be part of the mix so damn bad. So she feels some type of way about Drew, and she's going around telling everybody that Drew attacks her. Drew attacked me. Drew attacked me. Okay, so I told my friend that Drew attacked me, and so he looked up a background track on Drew and her husband, and come to find out they got 12 different aliases, and one of those aliases is a woman named Danielle Pittman. Why Ralph got a name named Danielle Pittman? Is that normal for somebody to have 12 aliases and all this shit? And I'm sitting here like, it's so fucking left field. Because you get up in your feelings because of the fact that you claim that, Drew attacked you. Let's break that down for a second. Now, when I hear about attack, either I feel like it's physical or it's verbal. And verbally, she responded back to you. To something that you inserted yourself into. It's a conversation that was going on between Sheree and her about this Anthony situation. And it also involved Candy because, Candy knew about it and did not tell Sheree. And I think Kenya as well. But it had nothing to do with you, Fatima, or whatever, Fatum. It ain't had nothing to do with you. Okay? You wanted to insert yourself to, I guess, save your girl because your girl was sinking or whatever, because everybody knows that your girl don't pay shit. And so, I was trying to spare Sheree and I was trying to, do this, but I had to because the friend just pissed me off. You know what I'm saying? And so you inserted yourself. Now, at first I was like, okay, cool. She was just saying, well, that's what it was. Dude said that your husband was gay. Okay, well, you could have kept that to yourself. You was waiting to say that shit. I let that shit slide. But at this point, you want to use that incident and say that, Drew attacked you because she came back at you like, don't fucking talk about my husband because you don't know me, nor do you know my husband. What was she supposed to sit there and say? Oh, okay, thank you for telling me that. Bitch, you a fucking stranger and you're coming and saying shit about my husband, and I'm already not believing the stuff that's being said about, my so-called assistant calling this person gay and calling that person gay. So, now you want to say it about my husband. It did sound like a little throwaway shit that you was just throwing out there, even though we know that that's something that I believe they proved that it was something that Anthony did say. She don't know that. So, of course, she reacted the way that she was supposed to react it. And now you want to take that as if you was being attacked. Bitch, you should have sat your ass there like everybody else who was a guest and shut the fuck up. And now because of that, you was attacked. She attacked you. And so, therefore, that calls for you to go and do a background check on her. All right. I can't stand bitches like you. You just want to be fucking seen. You are barely a friend of the show. Because, bitch, we didn't even know that your ass was coming on here. So now you finna stretch your little 2 minutes, okay? And now you want to make some little drama. I said, you know what? That's some bullshit. You petty as fuck. And you bored. That's all it is. Sheree, you bored too. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. So, at this little sleepover party, they got new models, right? A guy and a girl. Now, I'm about to tell y'all who the girl is, okay? I'm... Should I give y'all her Twitter, because she has an OnlyFans, and she went, because I was like, bitch, no, I'm not on her OnlyFans. I remember when this shit, there was like probably a couple of months ago or a month and a half ago on Twitter, pegging just kept on being brought up on my timeline. I'm like, what is going on? And then this video of this girl. I'm into this shit, so it didn't bother me. I was quite intrigued, so I went through all her shit, and that mama was handling hers, okay? Them niggas was taking it, bitch. But basically, in the video that was going viral was, they had pulled over to the side, right? And then she opened up the door. Old boy got out the car. He bent over in the seat, and she pulls his pants up, like rip them bitches open. Then pull them down, just rip them bitches open, and start eating his ass and all that shit. And I was just like, oh my god, what is this? So I go through her shit, bitch. So she just be pegging niggas. And if y'all don't know what pegging niggas is, she be fucking them with straps, okay, dildos and shit. And I said, now, you look familiar. Is that her? Girl, I had said, listen, I think that's her. She was like, yes, honey, that's me. Y'all want to see? Y'all want to see? Let me. I'm gonna give y'all her her Twitter, okay? Her Twitter is Natural Queen C. Okay, that is her Twitter. Just in case you want to be on the same team as me and be nosy as fuck, because bitch, I had to go through the whole thing. I was like, what? You better do that shit, bitch. And ain't nothing gay about that. I just want y'all to know that. But, they up there doing that shit, whatever. So they painting dinglings and everything. People like, what the hell is this? And then Candy said, regardless of what you may think, this ain't my production, okay? So it ain't had shit to do with her. It was cute. They was just doing new model shit or whatever, painting dicks and tits and ass or whatever. So Drew and Miss Girl, Sanya, they talking. And she was like, speaking of men's, so my husband was like, yeah, you came over there talking about some, are we really busy and what we busy for? And I was like, that's kind of weird. And Sanya was like, mind you, the way Drew said it, it didn't sound to me. I could have proceeded wrong. Y'all could have proceeded differently. It didn't sound like she was just bringing it up to be shady or trying to attack, Sanya. But Sanya took it as that. And that's the thing. I cannot stand if I cannot bring something up that you take it as I'm coming for you all the time. And then Sanya want to act as if, you wasn't trying to be shady with that comment. You was trying to be shady with that comment. Because I took it as shade, and I would have stood in that shit because I would have asked the same damn thing. The fuck is y'all really busy doing? But Sanya flipped it, and she said, which she probably meant as well, it probably was two-handed. First of all, what the hell is y'all really doing? Second of all, you can't quantify whether or not I'm busy just because, or my level of busyness and to your level of busyness just because y'all got 3 kids and y'all doing this and doing that. But what I did not like, I understand the exchange, and I understand probably, because somebody telling you what you said or whatever and it's feeling petty and all that shit. But it's the same, it's the reason, it's the way that, Sanya, she does not know how to just take people what they say without blowing up. And she just really got so heated to the point that she had to fucking leave. I'm sitting here like, calm down. Calm down. It didn't even cause for that. Drew messy as fuck because she didn't have to bring that shit up right there. I give you that. But still, you didn't have to get upset and let a bitch get to you like that. You letting us know that bitch be getting to you. Why? Why are you letting a bitch like Drew get to you, Sanya? Of all people. I just don't understand. Then you got Candy going to the bathroom, Marlo going back there, and they wind up in a room talking. Now Marlo want to get some good advice from her and to bare her soul to Candy. The bitch that you been, talking shit about and trying to, do all this other stuff to and saying ain't been a good friend. Now you want to bare your soul about what's going on with your nephews and you throwing them out and how you need a break and you feel like you're changing and you're losing yourself and all that shit. Now see, I would have took this conversation and been like, oh, well, because of her fucking history and I know that it ain't gonna last, I said whatever. Candy did better than I thought she would because I would have just said fuck all that. Now you want to fucking talk to me? Bitch, get out my face, okay? Now you want to come bare your soul to me? Bitch, get out my face. But Candy did say some true shit. If you decided to take them kids, you should have known that your life was going to change. And if you wasn't ready for that shit to change, you shouldn't have took the kids. But, again, she probably just didn't know that this was what it was going to be, and it became overwhelming. But, like I said before, Candy said the same thing. It's a possibility that them kids might feel away, the fact that she just threw them off onto somebody else. But they hugged it out, and, Marlo was appreciative, so that was cool. All I know is Kenya is drunk, and I like drunk Kenya. I forgot to say that Lisa Wu showed up, too. Mind you, they sitting at the table, right? Kenya is on drink number, 5 at this point. And she is sloshed. Lisa Wu is also a little bit sloshed too. So they going around a table, and Kenya want to do this little game. Anybody say something nice about everybody, just say yes, okay? That's what the table gonna do. Okay, fine. People start seeing good things, and everybody, yes, yes, and all that shit. But then when it came to Drew, she was like, I'm good with mostly everybody here. I said, girl, bitch. And even Sheree said in the confession, she don't know how to give a compliment because she don't ever get compliments. Po thing. I said, now don't go that far. But that's not what the game is. The game is saying something nice about everybody. So if you ain't had nothing nice to say, you should have just shut the fuck up and said, I'll pass. And then, excuse me, when they tried to do it again, she was like, as I said, like I get along just about with everybody here. And Kenya was like, girl, what? Now start that shit over again. Okay. Meanwhile, Lisa Wu was trying to interject about something that Kenya was saying and tag on to that. Sanya was trying to say something, but Lisa Wu kept on talking. So Sanya get up in her feelings because Lisa Wu was talking over her, or she couldn't get a word in. And they going back and forth. And I'm just sitting here like, so y'all finna get into it too? It was a drunken mess, but I enjoyed it, okay? Then the whole situation with Fatum coming up with some information about the aliases and all this shit or whatever. At the end of the fucking day, Fatum, you full of fucking shit. Okay, you full of shit. I'm on Drew's side with this. I don't give a fuck what went down, but the way that bitch did not bother you that bad that you wanted to do that shit. And I feel as though Sheree probably put your ass up to that, to be honest, okay? Or y'all both messy as fucking. That's why y'all friends, and so y'all both came up with that shit together. Because why would you do that to somebody that you don't even fucking know, that ain't even do shit to you, okay? You up in her business. Why you, bitch? I would never be so damn bothered about somebody that I gotta go do a fucking background check. And then you talking about alias is Danielle. Come to find out Danielle is an assistant that we saw earlier in the show. I said, you know what? Just stupid as hell. Just stupid as hell. Bitch, Kenya falling out drunk. She asking is her wig on straight. The way that she was eating that damn lobster. All right. Then they talking about, Fatum wanted to take Candy in the back so they can get this coochie incense that they was going to do for Sheree. I said, girl. And she said it works better if she got some hair down there to get it. I said, all right. All right. So they do the coochie incense, and everybody's having a good time. It's like a little, ritual or whatever. I don't know. But of course, Drew, she gonna have something negative to say. I guess it was mostly because she don't fuck with Fatum, So she was like, they over there doing witchcraft, and that's why I'm standing over here and I ain't doing shit. I don't deal with that shit or whatever. We gotta get out of that, okay? Because a lot of that shit comes from my ancestral homeland, and But okay, Kenya, a fucking mess. Gotta take it back to Africa. I said, girl, all right, all right, all right, all right. All right, ma'am. Sit your ass down. Okay? But it was funny for the most part. Everybody was getting along. Everybody was having a good time. At one point, Kenya was asking how her wig was and all this stuff, and Marlo said, I'm so glad you could actually say something like that, because there was a point where you couldn't even say nothing about Kenya having a wig or whatever. She was like, because I'm the moment, I'm the moment. Mind you, they was getting along. Nothing negative was being said, but then here comes Marlo saying, you not the moment to Mark, you not the moment to your baby daddy. I said, now see, that's the shit that we talking about. You just had a cry session with freaking Candy. You just said some good stuff to Kenya. Kenya didn't say nothing negative to you, and now you talking about her baby dad. Bitch, you ain't even got a man. Okay? And if you do, where the fuck is he? Not one that you gonna be seen out in public with your ass? Like, what is going on? I just don't understand the whole shit. I really don't. But then after doing all that, you want to invite the girls on a trip to Blue Ridge Mountain. Girl, I would not go on a trip with Marlo. Fuck that shit. If it wasn't for obligations, the contractual obligations, fuck all that. But anyway, that was the Real Housewives of Beverly. Wrong fucking show. Atlanta. Okay? Y'all tell me how y'all feel. I'll see y'all later. Peace.